Bosh, right people, welcome back. Unfortunately, we went out the other day and Chris is leaning over the fence shouting at me now. I've just come to pick him up. I haven't fished for him for a minute, so I'm buzzing to get out with him. We're going to go down the River X. We haven't had a lot of luck down there lately, but you know, the year's getting on now, so hopefully we might get a late flounder or an early quite nice sized bass or something like that. In all fairness, it's just used up all the bait we've got left over. We've got a load of rag, crab and that left over from the session where we went place fishing. Everything went Pete Tong. Battery died. I left loads of bits at home that I should have took that I didn't. Yeah, it was about a 4-hour drive there, 4-hour drive back. A couple of dogfish, nothing special. But you know, we still had a laugh on the beach, had a dance around, had the music blaring, and yeah, really enjoyed ourselves. But sometimes that's how it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? You got to make the most of a bad situation. If you ain't catching fish, then you know what I mean, have a laugh. But if this boy don't hurry up, been here about 10 minutes waiting for him. He's just getting his rods and that now ready to go in the car. And yeah, within half an hour, we'll be out there, we'll be on the bank, and hopefully we'll see a flounder. I'm hoping for a nice flounder, or maybe, you know, a nice early bass. Sometimes you do get some of the bigger ones that hang around till like in like the beginning of March, and then they disappear, and then all you get is schoolies for the next 2 months. And I mean, when I mean schoolies for the next 2 months, I mean like a pound of rag and you're getting about 40 bass. Do you know what I mean? Literally half a worm, bang, half a worm, bang, as soon as it hits the water. But we have got a bit of the back end of the tide, so we've got about an hour to the top and then 3 hours down. We will be fishing in darkness. I have charged the lights, so hopefully we'll be able to get a few pictures of the fish if we get any. But yeah, right, anyway, I'm boring you guys. I'm off in a bit. Gosh, right people, we've made it. We're making the famous walk up over the bridge on the River X. But the train's going past. Pop, pop! Yeah, buddy. And yeah, got about a 20-minute walk and then we'll be fishing. So we'll bring it back with rigs and stuff and hopefully a few fish. Right, anyway, I've got to catch up with Chris. He likes to run everywhere, this kid. Right, in a bit. Hey, yes, people! Right, me and Chris are here. I'm quite excited actually. It's been, well, we haven't fished here for about a month, have we?
About that, innit?
Yeah, usually we get out quite often. This is like our local sort of stomping ground. We've had a few nice fish out of here before in the past. And it's nice and easy one, about half an hour drive from the house. We'll be fishing two rods today, just to increase the chances. And like I said earlier, we did go place fishing, so I'm probably going to try and get a flounder. So I'm going to use my place rigs. I think they're the same as flounder rigs. They just got small hooks and that on. If I do get a big bass, I'll have to be careful because obviously the hooks might bend out, or you know, hopefully it hooks it a little bit deeper so I can actually get the fish in. But yeah, we're going to try for a flounder. So we're going to use the place rigs. Make sure nothing blows away. Obviously I have got the die-hour sloshes. I use them for all my fishing. In the winter I'll put 20 to 25 pound line on. In the summer drop it to 18, maybe 15 pound. Midsummer when I'm after the bream and all that kind of bits and pieces. That's going to be the plan anyway. And then I don't have to have 6 different pairs of reels, because at the end of the day I don't think it's not needed, is it, Chris? Don't need 6 reels, do you, boy? No. Just need different size line, guys. You don't even need that, but obviously if you want a bit of distance and stuff, you know, all does help, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to be fishing the rods quite low today. So, shouldn't be affected by the wind. We have got an easterly of 30 mile an hour. I've turned the camera away, so hopefully it doesn't affect it too much. Temperature's dropping down to about 1 degree tonight, innit? So might get a little bit chilly, because where we are, the field behind us, you get a big fog come through and everything just gets frozen. You're on the piss there a little bit, aren't you? There you go. There you go, look, you're sat there with your head sideways. Right, yeah, so obviously for those of you that haven't seen one before, there's a slosh 30. Die-hour slosh. They actually stopped making them, so I'm gonna try and get myself a few more pairs. I've got a pair of 20s on the way that I've ordered online. I've got them at a good price because it's the last of the stock. I think they're like 79 quid each or something like that. I might try and get myself a couple of 50s or 40s, whatever it is, the next size up as well, for when I go and do some skate fishing in Scotland, which will be soon, people. The next few months we'll be going up there, trying for a skate. Right, and the bag of tricks. I bought one of these from the tackle shop. Never used one before. Usually when we're using worm and stuff up here, we just put it on with our fingers, but apparently these are incredible. So I'm going to use one for the first time today, and I'm pretty sure you just stab it through that end, load it up with worm. There's a circle, like a hollow point on the other side. Put that on, slide the worm up. We're going to do really big worm baits today, guys. We've got about £2 of worm, and we've got about 5 hours fishing. So we're going to load all the baits up. I've got a 3-hook flapper, and I've got a loop rig as well. The loop rig's got quite a little bit bigger hooks on, so hopefully the bass takes that one and not the other one. But you know, it is what it is. Probably take the smaller hooks. So yeah, we're going to put that onto one side in the bait bucket so it doesn't get bent. And then let's have a look in here. Oh no. Oh. Oh no, baby. It's getting cold outside. Right. Anyway, so here's the loop rig thingy-majigger. I don't know what they call it. It might be a loop rig, it might not be. Here's one I made earlier. This is what happens when you're lazy, guys. The fishing's not great, so you just throw it all back in your box. Right. Right, so we've got, obviously, lead attaches at the bottom, and it's on a pulley, and then on the bottom snood, halfway, there's a cascade swivel, so that hooks onto the top hook like so. It's not going to do it because it's windy. Yeah, and then that hooks onto the imp at the bottom. So it's, theoretically, it's the same as the loop rig, but it's got the leg can move up and down. I think they call it a Portsmouth something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get told off in the comments for using the wrong words, but it is what it is. Right, anyway, we're going to get this one loaded up with worm, and then I've got a standard 3-hook flapper. And yeah, anyway, let's get to it in a bit. Right, people, here we go. Here's my first attempt. As you can see, I've threaded the worm down the line. I'm going to put the hook. Stop shaking. There we go, in the tip. Hold the line down. Pretty sure this is how they were doing it the other day. And then just pushing that down over. Oh, well, there you go. Failed the first time. Let's have another go. Sometimes it's easier to just do it with your hands. Just a lot messier. Right. Attempt number 2. Right, keep that tight and just push. Right, it looks like this is going to take a bit of practice. Well, there you go. Not everything's as easy as it looks on TV. Right, let's have another go. Put that bit on with my hand. See if we can't do better with a second hook. In a bit. Was it, Chris? Not a very big tide. Right, here we go. Attempt number 2. Hopefully this goes a little bit better. Right, hook in the end. Pull it tight. Push the worm. There we go. Just need a bit more tension on it. Bosh. Figured it out, people. Buzzing. Well, that was a lot easier. Just thread that last bit with my fingers. It's not so bunched. Right, there you go. Proper job. Right, there's 2 bits of bait. Gonna get that clip down and sent out. Bosh in a bit. Bosh. Right, people. Both rods are now fishing. absolutely buzzing. Can't wait. We've probably got about half an hour, maybe an hour's worth of daylight left. So usually this is the favourite time. Obviously we've got an incoming tide, about an hour up from low, maybe 2 hours. There's a lovely tide line out there, and that sun's just dropping down. So usually you do get a fish around this time. If not, we do get most of our fishing in the night time up here anyway. The bigger ones we've had up here in the night time. So yeah, I mean, if we don't catch anything, we don't catch anything, but you know, time and effort equals reward. So with any luck, we'll see us a few fish out. I'm going to scran down now. Got my lunch, tea, lunch, whatever you want to call it, dinner. Got myself a naughty little chicken stuffing sandwich, and flush that down with a naughty little monster. Keep us awake, because you know, if it does start fishing well, could turn into a bit of a late session. But yeah, anyway, we're going to get after it in a bit. Bosh, right people, well, unfortunately, we keep getting crabbed out like every 10 minutes or so. So, and we haven't got any floaty beads. So we have made one slight change to the way, well, I have, to the way I'm fishing. And now I'm just getting like a handful of rag, and I'm using my bait elastic there. And I'm quite literally turning it into like a big bunch of worms, just so you know, when the crabs are on it, at least there's a bit of bait on there for at least 15 minutes or so. Just takes them longer to eat it, and I mean, a bass will get that in its mouth anyway, and a flounder, if a flounder finds it, it'll slowly pick at it and eventually hook itself. And then I'm literally just winding it on like a big worm sausage. That way, if the crabs do find it first, at least it gives like fish the time to come and find some bait. So I know it might look a bit mad and a bit crazy, but like we've had flounders down here take 4 hooks. So, but there you go. That's what the bait looks like. Obviously, loads of little bits hanging off of it, and yeah, we're going to keep putting them out. I mean, the crabs are going to eat most of it, but hopefully a fish will be able to find it. We haven't bought any peeler crab today. Usually, when the worm's being eaten, we'd switch to peeler crab, and that would last a lot longer. The crabs do still eat it every now and again, but not as much. But yeah, so we're gonna change to this idea, and see if that can get us a fish in a bit. There we go. Look, we're both on there. Oh boy, right people, quick update. God, that wind's picked right up over the top, so we're just sat back down here now watching the rods. I've got my ratchets on, just in case I get a little screamer. Unfortunately, you know, we haven't had a fish yet, we haven't had a bite. Getting quite a lot of the grassy seaweed kind of stuff. Eelgrass, there you go. Chris knows his stuff. But yeah, it's been alright though, hasn't it? It's been alright.
Been a good laugh.
Been a good laugh. Nearly pushed Chris down the grass bank 3 times. But yeah, we just chatted down the wind here, just sat here chatting. And yeah, still no bites. I mean, on a good note, I am getting a little bit of bait left on my hooks after I started putting it on the sausages and that, so I'm definitely fishing properly now, and not with bare hooks for every 20 minutes. Still got a fair bit of bait left, probably about 2 or 3 hours left, just coming up to the top of the tide, so we're going to fish a couple of hours back and see if we can't get the fish on the way back. I mean, there's a lot of water out there, and if you don't swim past your bait, you know, it is what it is. There's a lot of crabs out there as well, so they might even just be eating hardbacks. We've had it before, we've been up here, and you see the bass swim along, and they've got hardbacks hanging out their mouth, so, yeah, you never know. Hopefully the worms can entice them, but other than that, people, we're just going to sit here, chill, have a bit more scran, and maybe put a coffee on. Sounds like a good idea, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Coffee on, baby! Right, anyway, that's it from the bank. In a bit. There we go, guys. Chris has had the first bite of the evening. He's had a few little love taps on the old rod skinny. He's just waiting for that to develop. Sorry about the wind, guys. It is started blowing hard here. Hopefully that's a good sign that we might get a few fish on this back tide. It's just turning now, so sort of slack water. I mean, I think that's the third little rattle he's just had on there, so looked a bit more floundery than bassy, didn't it? Right, well, I'm going to change my baits, and hopefully we'll bring you back with the first fish in a bit. got a little friend here somewhere. Oh, well, I missed him. Is he in there? There he is. Little field mouse. He's gone in that little hole. There he is, look. Hello. Hello, Mr. Mousey. He's just in there hiding, chilling away. He's just ran out and nicked some of me ragworms. Oh, I'm sure I'll make another appearance. Bosh, right people, welcome back. We have obviously decided to go to another venue. Yeah, we fished up the River X for, I don't know what. How long was we up there? About 5 hours. And all we had was one little bite. So obviously, you know, won't make a good video, but that's what fishing is. Sometimes it's blanking, and we've been doing a lot of that lately. So we decided to come hit another estuary. It's about an hour and a half drive from where we live. I will show you a little bit in a bit. I mean, if you know where we are, you know where we are. If we don't, we don't. Unfortunately, you know, Chris and his old man and that, they fish here, so it's not some. I'm not going to pan around and show everyone how to get here and stuff like that, because it's not fair. It's their spot. They said I can fish it, but I mean, some people will already know. Some people won't, because it's not as easy access as everywhere else. It's about an hour walk from the car, and then you have to climb through a forest and stuff. So I know for a fact not a lot of people fish here. No fishing gear or anything like that here, so you know, it's only respectable anglers that come here. Hopefully we are open. Obviously we're back out, we've got the same baits. We have got a bit of mackerel in that this time as well. You know, we might get a Congo or something like that later on. And I'm simply using, there's not a lot of room here, but see what we can do, see what we're working with. I'm making a right mess of this. Just drop that down a second. Same gear as the other day, same rod, same reels. Only difference is bit of a stronger tide. So I'm using the grip lead, and I'm using up and over, quite a long running one, with a bit of crab on this one, and on the other one I've got a bit of mackerel. I've got a bit of black lug as well. So bass, you know, something like that. There are more unheard of creatures that come out of here, i.e. triggers, you know, thornbacks, things like that, which would be absolutely banging to get. You don't get many, but when you do get them, usually they're quite big. So I need to pay attention to my rods, because I haven't got my ratchets on at the minute. Too much faffing around to get down here. Absolutely sweating. It's a lovely hot day, so you know, hopefully as that sun drops we might get a few bass out or something like that. It's quite dangerous where we are underfoot, very slippery. I mean, especially if you break something down here, there's no way you're getting back up, I'll tell you that much. Right, there you go, look, Chris is just nearly falling over as I said that. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to hit this one out now, and I'll bring you back in a bit. Hopefully we get some fish this time. Right, bosh, there you go. There's the slippery rocks I was talking about. Both rods are out. Massive forest, it's a long old way down. And just over there, look, got Mr. Christopher Donald. As you can see, the high tide line is right up on the bank, so we will have to be doing one rod each as the water comes in, but we can get away with two for a minute. So, and if we do decide to stay really late, I'll keep the second one set up. As the tide drops, we can always cast back out again. You know, at the end of the day, we only need a few hours for work. I should not have just done that. I do apologise for my French there. Every now and again a bit comes out, but yeah. So there you go, guys. There's the tips. Nod, nod, nod. Hopefully we'll see us a fish today. I'm feeling a bit more, I don't know, a bit more optimistic. I mean, the River X hasn't fished well for a while. We've been fishing it maybe twice, 3 times a month, just trying to get something out. We've had a few schoolies, nothing special. It's running a bit later this time of year. I know a few people are still getting flounders out there and stuff like that, but primarily we're after the bass. Obviously you do get the odd gilton out there as well, but yeah, unfortunately no fish. But we're down here now, we've got the right baits. Obviously big up wrigglers, you know what we do. But all the live stuff we didn't get from there, but all of the frozen stuff we got today, like the mackerel, crabs and stuff like that. Yeah, wrigglers, only fins 15, you know how we do. Save yourself a bit of money, head over there, make your order. I do know a guy as well that's doing frozen packs at the minute, 3 for a tenner. I think it's 15 frozen crab for a tenner. So if you're interested, drop me a message and I'll put you on to him, especially with hound season coming up and stuff like that. No one's going to have any soon. Obviously it's only limited stock, so yeah, they're all I was going to say blast frozen then. They're all vacuum sealed and frozen, so yeah, hit me up. Anyway, I'll be back to the fishing in a bit. Bosh, right people. Well, I'm not going to lie, Chris, mate, this place you brought us is absolute magic, mate. I mean, he was just telling me a minute ago, you used to come down with every summer, wasn't it?
Every summer.
Who was down here? Mum, old man.
Dad.
So obviously,
every summer.
So obviously this place here holds a lot of memories for Chris. So I'm glad to share a few now. But yeah, it's an absolute mega place. I'm feeling proper confident as well. I've literally just missed a bite on the crab. Bang bang, went over, lifted up, nothing there. Got a bit impatient. Like I said, we hadn't had a fish out in a while, so yeah, got a bit handsy. But you know, the fish are there, so with any luck, we'll see a few out. The water's crystal clear. We're fishing on like shingle. What would you call it? It's not quite sand, is it?
Shingly gravel.
Yeah, it's like shingly, like slatey kind of stuff. So yeah, we're feeling really positive. I reckon as it goes dark, that's when we're going to get the fish. Hopefully, what we'll do is we'll keep the light quite low and save scaring the bass off, because the water is gin clear. And with any luck, we'll have a little video of one on the bank while I'm buzzing. Even if I don't catch one, I mean, this place is absolute magic. So thanks again for bringing me down, Chris.
No problem.
And hopefully we'll both be sharing a few fish by. Right, anyway, we're going to put some fresh baits out in a bit. Oh, that's right, people. Well, it's been hard going. I'm not going to lie, we missed a few bites and stuff like that. But yeah, we've managed to get one out. We managed to beat the blank. In all fairness, it wasn't my fish, so I haven't beat the blank yet. But, you know, Chris ain't too, a little bit shy on the camera. So, ooh, there you go. It's a lovely dogfish. I know they're a nuisance to some people, but at the end of the day, a fish is a fish. And both of us haven't been getting a lot of fish out lately, so this one was well welcomed. Hopefully this means that it's going to be a good evening, even if it's only dogfish. All the same. I expect you had that on the light rod as well, didn't you? Yeah. Well, a proper nice scrap. It got stuck a little bit, so we thought it might be a ray or something like that. Went to ground, but there you go. Absolute peach. Well, we're going to get this little chap back, and hopefully we'll see a few more fish in a bit. Oh, bosh, right, people. Well, that was really hard work. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, didn't really do a lot of filming. I just really wanted to get a fish. So, yeah, just fished away. Used up all the bait. Obviously, Chris managed the dogfish. You also dropped an eel at the side of the, just at the side of the rock there. Little spider crab as well, didn't you? I had a couple of bites, but nothing developed into anything. So, yeah, a little disheartening, but at the end of the day, you know, that's going to make me want to get out more. So I probably will get out the weekend. I wasn't going to, because I thought I was going to get a fish today, but I've got to break the curse of the blank. It's weird. Sometimes it happens. You go on like 3 or 4 sessions. Maybe not for everyone, but for me it does. And you just don't get a fish, and then all of a sudden, bang, you get one, you break the blank, and then you just start hitting fish again. So you just got to put up with it every now and again. Well, that's what I do anyway. But yeah, going to go up to Wrigglers tomorrow, get a load of fresh sand eels and things like that, and stock the freezer back up, and yeah, get out. I think we're going to be doing a few trips up the Bristol Channel. I haven't fished Bream Down in a minute since last year. I think last year we went up and had a good session, didn't we? About this time of year, so we'll probably go up there. Maybe leave the South Hams to warm up for another month or so, and then get onto some fish. So yeah, other than that, just going to keep putting a rod out, and hopefully we'll see some fish soon. So if I don't see you before, I'll see you after, and if not, I'll see you on the bank in a bit.